I just kind of try to exemplify that and keep pushing to be even better. And that's why in moments like this, we guys come through, and it truly is special. It really is special just to be able to say we're back-to-back champs. Yeah, I mean, I hope people remember not only the greatness that we have on the field, but the way that we've done it. I mean, I feel like we enjoy it every single day. We have fun. We play hard. And it's not always pretty, but we just continue to fight to the very end. And I know you get fatigue of the team sometimes and one team winning, but we try to enjoy it. Just enjoy the moment that we have together and enjoy just kind of what we can do every single day to bring the best out of each other. I don't know if it was this week, man. I've played with Cole for a long time, man. He's always ready for the moment, and he's someone that continues to practice hard and get better. And obviously, that receiver rotation, we were bouncing around a lot of guys all year long, and those guys just continue to work. And I mean, just like last Super Bowl, man, it's like you never know who it's going to be. It's about everybody being ready for the moment, and he was ready for that moment in a couple of big plays. Yeah, the play call, I think it started because Clyde was the first one to run it, and Trav was the other guy. Part of this, it was like Tom and Jerry, that whole thing. It was, that's the concept of the play, and then the motion was the exact same motion that we ran in the Super Bowl last year. And they actually covered it pretty well at first, and I kind of looked back to them, and that's a little risky always, so I was a little like, hey, let me make sure it's open. But obviously, Coach Reid, man, knows when to call those plays at the right time. Yeah, that was the play. I mean, calling the timeout I thought was important for us to go over there and discuss what we wanted in that moment. And we all agreed on that play. I knew before the play, it's more of a man design play where Kels kind of comes from behind the line of scrimmage. And I talked to Rasheed about maybe if you can't set the little rub, if you can kind of set up open. And but them being so focused on that, it opened right open for me to run. And I knew I was going to get a yard, so I actually got down on that one. And we were able to get that first down and keep the drive going. I mean, he's one of the best coaches of all time. I believe he's the best coach of all time. I mean, I know he doesn't have the trophies yet, and I have a lot of respect for some of those great coaches. But the way he's able to navigate every single team he has, continue to have success no matter where he's at. And for me, he brings out the best in me because he lets me be me. I think that's important, is he doesn't try to make me anyone else. I don't think I'd be the quarterback that I am if I didn't have Coach Reid being my head coach. And other than that, he wants you to be the best person you can be, and that's something that I think is truly special. Yeah, I think it means more, man. I mean, to be able to battle through that adversity and come out better on the other side, and I think it prepared us for the playoffs. Obviously, we've had a lot of great playoff runs, but this is going to be up there because just the way that we kind of continue to battle whenever times weren't great. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to celebrate tonight. I'm going to celebrate at the parade, and then I'm going to do whatever I can to be back in this game next year and trying to go for that three-peat. So it's an ongoing thing in the NFL. I think Tom said it best, is once you win that championship and you have those parades and you get those rings, you're not the champ anymore. You have to come back with that same mentality, and I learned from guys like that have been the greatest of all time at the top of the level. So that's my mindset, is I'm going to celebrate with my guys because of how we done this, but then we're going to work our way to get back to this game next year. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is the way we did it, the battle throughout the middle of the season, to continue to have that mindset of we're going to continue to believe. It truly is special. I'm going to try to stop getting down 10 points in these games and make them a little bit easier, but I was proud of how the guys fought. I mean, they're all tough. I'm not gonna act like one's tougher than the other. They're all. It takes your best, and I think for me personally, it was just battling through adversity throughout the season. Whenever the offense wasn't playing like I wanted it to play, and just continue to believe and fight. But I'm not gonna act like one's tougher than the other because all these games are tough, and it takes your best football. Yeah, I mean, it's special. I think it's that championship mindset. I mean, whenever stuff isn't going great, we're going to continue to fight. And this game wasn't. We had times we weren't playing great, especially the offense, and we were able to step up to the occasion when our defense is making those stops. And people are going to talk about the offense. We had those last few drives. But the defense is what kept us in that game, and that's our entire season. They're going to give us chances, and we're going to make it happen when it counts. Super Bowl Rasheed Rice, man, I mean, I think if I would have looked at him at the end of regulation, I might have got a game-winning touchdown there. So he's a guy who wants it. I think that's the biggest thing is he wants to be great. And for someone to be in this offense and learn the offense of Coach Reid and continue to get better and better, I think he's just at the beginning of where he's going to end up being at. And luckily, I don't know if it's lucky for him, but he lives in Texas, so he'll get to see me a lot this offseason as we continue to try to make him one of the top receivers in this league. I mean, that's a great football team, but once they stopped and held them to a field goal, our mindset was go win the game right here. Once we got that ball, we fell short in regulation. We're not going to let it do it again. We're going to go out there and win the game. Defense got the stop, and we were able to do that.
Okay, thanks, guys. All right. Appreciate everybody showing up. What a great experience. I appreciate our guys for the great job that they did, the players and the coaches. Defensively, our guys came out, played their hearts out like they've done all year, kept us in the game, and then the offense just kind of persevered through it. Tough in the first half, tough sledding, and they did a little better. We did a little better in the second half. And then, obviously, the last drive was a thing of beauty. And all of this, congratulations to the 49ers for being here. Kyle is a great head football coach. The 49ers are lucky to have him. And what a game, right? What a game. It could have gone either way, and it was just one of those games. I feel fortunate to have been on the positive side of it. Anyways. All right, bye. Yeah, it's a little bit surreal, but I'm back-to-back is rare air for this football team and this organization. So it's I got to have so many times as a dynasty. I don't know what a dynasty. I mean, you guys, you have the thesaurus. So I mean, you figure it out. But it's a great win. It's because I know how hard it is to do, and then how hard the season was, the ups and downs of the season, and how proud I am of the guys for just hanging with each other, staying positive with each other. The defense, the young guys grew up, but nobody ever pointed fingers at the offense when the offense was growing, and it all kind of came together during the playoffs and worked out well. And great leaders, and Patrick and Chris and Trav, and the job that they've done. They're passionate players, man, and I love that. And even if they chest bump me to the other side of the 50, I mean, I appreciate it. I just love that the guy wants to play and wants to be in there playing, and he knows I love that. So he makes me feel young. All right. Yeah, because he works hard at it, and he can run like a son of a gun. He's fast, and so. We were able to hit him on the deep one. We didn't capitalize on it with the fumble, but we came back at the end, and we got another corn dog that worked for us. So, yeah. I loved what he did. So we struggled, and a lot of it was drops, a lot of it was penalties, and then Rasheed was growing. And he was getting better every week. Once that took place, and we eliminated those things, or at least minimized them, better things happen. And it's great to have Rasheed opposite Kels. It's tough to double Kels when you have that guy that can kind of work inside the numbers there along with him. And that's a territory that Pat loves to strike. So it's it worked out well. Yeah. Yeah, he caught me off balance. I wasn't watching. Cheap shot, but that's all right. He did good. He was really coming over, just put me in. I'll score. So that's really what it was. Well, I love that. I mean, it's not the first time. So I appreciate him.
Right here. Go ahead. Louder.
Yes. Yeah, listen, he's a phenomenal football coach. And so, he just has a great feel for it. He's got a good staff, and he's got good players to go along with it. Most of all, he's a great teacher. So that when you have young guys like we've had, that whole staff has done a great job of teaching, but he leads the parade on that. So what a heck of a year. Sure. Yeah, well, that's a value of Mike Frazier. I mean, he does a great job with that. And so there's two ways you can go with it. You can either kick it off or you can receive it. And I'm not sure there's a right answer necessarily. Ours ended up being the right one, but that easily could have gone the other way. So, but that's what we felt was the right thing to do. I'm never going to question Kyle because he's brilliant, and so that was just something that we chose, and through our studies we felt was important.
Sam, Andy, what makes Patrick sort of made for these moments?
Yeah, I think you guys can appreciate him. You get to see him, what he is. I mean, there's no facade there. He comes to work every day, humble, wanting to be great, challenges the guys around him to be great every play, and never flinches. You drop the ball, we'll get the next one. Or listen, I need you in this spot right here. It's not like chewing them out or any of that bit. And likewise with the penalties. Okay, well, let's keep our hands tighter. Let's not grab. So, but that's the way he operates. A pleasure to coach. Absolute pleasure to coach. Yeah, we had them called for a couple more, and it just didn't work out. They doubled them early, and then we came back to them in the second half and had them rub off of people, so kind of do combination routes. A couple were with Rasheed and then with MVS. So, we were able to get him going. We know we need to get him the ball. We need to get Pacheco the ball. And then Ford the ball, so Rice the ball. So, and we were struggling on first downs. We weren't doing very good on first downs. It was all over the place at first. We were going backwards actually. So that's not good against a team like this.
Mike.
Yeah. So those things. Just the working combination routes, and we were able to get them into space and away from any possible double teams. So that's what took place. Yeah.
4 more, right here, sir. Coach, I'm sure this feeling never describe
Yeah. Listen, I mean, this is a tough profession, which we all know, competitive. I mean, the parity in this league is ridiculous. And so to watch your guys work and focus and all that, I mean, you just appreciate I think the older you get, you probably appreciate that also. I mean, I appreciated the first one because it took me 1,000 years to get into a Super Bowl. So, and at least be able to hold that Lombardi trophy. So I appreciate every day that I have to do this. I work for a great owner and ownership family, and between Mark Donovan, Veach, and myself, we're lucky to be Kansas City Chiefs, and so that part feels good. And then we have a good locker room and we have good coaches. Yeah, he was emotional today. So I get it. I mean, listen, I had 5 kids, so I get how that goes. The part I love is he loves to play the game, and he wants to help his team win. I mean, it's not a selfish thing. That's not what it is, and I understand that. And so as much as, he bumps into me, I get after him, and we understand that. He just caught me off balance.
He led.
Yeah, Coach. What makes McCole tick as a player?
Yeah. Well, he was cut, and we brought him back, and that's a tough thing. That's tough to handle mentally. And he came in with a positive attitude and just said, "Hey, I just want to help you guys win," and we kind of know what he does best. And Nagy does a great job of putting him in positions, and really he's got that mastered with that kid, where to put him and how to use him. So you saw that. You saw it tonight. Yeah.
Last 3, right here, sir.
Coach, many congratulations.
Thank you.
I used to go from behind the scenes to effect one back, another ring of Super Bowl. So you are ready to compete with Coach Gates and Coach Walls. How are those things
Yeah, well, I thought we had something there that was good. Now, sometimes you've got to evaluate it. So, if the other team's been out there a long time and they've had a long drive, you kind of look at the guys and you go, listen, we might want to just keep this thing going and not give them a rest, the other team a rest. And so, as long as you have something good in the pocket there. So we felt we did, and we thought we had them kind of thinking there a little bit, and it worked out okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I didn't say a whole lot, just keep going. Halftime, we're right there. It feels, when you're in the Super Bowl, you're down by 7 points, it feels like 20. And so you got to just kind of calm it down, and we're right there. We're getting the ball to start the second half, and everybody just hang with each other, and good things can happen. So, and that was kind of the message. The guys were saying that. These three of them talked the night before. Kels, Chris, and Pat, and they did a great job of communicating that. It's a brotherhood. Stick together. We're playing a good football team. There are going to be highs and lows in this thing. Just hang together, and good things will happen. And that's what they did.
Last one, Charles.
Yep. All right, sure. Yeah, I haven't had time to think about it, but yeah, sure. Huh? I mean, I get asked that, so I'm mad at Belichick and Pete because now I get asked all those questions. All right.